this video we're going to be covering a software upgrade on an iBox, on a Dell computer, or even if you're having an upgrade to an OnLogix. You might need to have this software upgrade in order to comply with some fire codes or something with your state, or if you're just simply upgrading to a bundle PC, because before you probably had like a iView PC and then a iQ PC separate. Those might have went out, so one of the cars is dispatching, so now you want to get a bundle PC to upgrade to either Windows 10 or whatever is in the future. Most likely you'll get like this mod packet, because you need to go through modifications. That mod packet will say you either need to have new flash cards, 32 megabyte flash cards that go in the iBox that holds your configuration file and all the safety A, safety B, IMP software versions. The mod packet could say you need to change or upgrade your network switches, but on that mod packet it'll show you everything that needs to be done. So we're going to start off with, in this video, of upgrading your iView, connecting iView to the cars, upgrading each iBox, and then also we're going to be updating iQ, which is the dispatcher, as well on the actual computer. One thing you don't want to be doing is, while you're upgrading a car, you don't want to plug that car into, a group that's connected with old software versions, because if they all combine within the system, you can potentially corrupt your configuration files for either the cars or iQ. So it's something to look out for. But on the instructions, it'll show you how to disconnect the orange cable, remove it from the group, and you could do one at a time. And then once you get like 2 or 3 iBoxes fully with their software versions with the IMP, then disconnect the old version software cars, the other, and then plug in the new. That way it's all compatible with each other, because you might get not a fault on that, but like a little message on the iBox that says receiving system parameters. So it depends. We're either going to send you a USB chip with all your software upgrade on there, or we probably sent it through the email as well. But if we send it through email, you're going to need to put it onto a USB from a computer that has internet, and then you're going to plug it into your PC, and then we'll go from there. It also depends too if we already sent out an upgraded PC, so it might already have the iView and iQ software already installed on it. So you just need to plug into the iBoxes and then upgrade each iBox. Remember, take it out of the group as you're upgrading each iBox, because you don't want old and new mix match in there. So follow along and hopefully get some more insight on how to do this software upgrade for iBox and Windows PC. So here we have our USB chip. We are going to plug it in to our PC. Wrong way. So here is the files that are in the USB, the ones that we sent you. So you're gonna drag all of these files, right click it, or you can drag them over. We're gonna copy them and we're gonna paste them on your actual PC that's in the machine room. So once they're on the desktop, don't need to worry about the USB anymore, because we don't want to install it from the USB. So I'm going to minimize that. Actually, we're going to exit out of it. We're going to right click, eject flash disk, safely to remove. We are going to remove it. That way we don't confuse things. So we want to check the IQ software that we currently have. IQ is currently 4.2.15. We can check the current iView software that we have. If we go to help, about iView, we got 4.2.15. On the iBoxes IMP application, we got 004.002.013. So what we're going to do is we're going to exit out of this. We are going to our uninstall. We're going to type in uninstall. You're going to get this add or remove programs. There we go. We're going to scroll down until we see iView. iView Net. We are going to uninstall that. Yes. Alright, we successfully uninstalled iView. We're going to go to our desktop. We're going to open up the iView folder. We're going to click on Launch Setup. And next, we're just going to keep pressing next. That's all that really needs to be done here. Close. So now it's installed. We're going to check out our new iView Net software. It should be updated to 4.2.18. We're going to go to help, about iView. We got the new updated iView now. So from this iView, we're going to also connect to the our iBox, one of our iBoxes. So we're going to do car 1 first. So we have a group of 2 elevators here. So we have a DC control and then that AC. So we're going to go to File, Connection, Open up our AC. All right. So here we're going to go to help. Once we're connected to iView to the car, we're going to go help, about iView. You can tell we still have the IMP application of 4.2.13. Your guys's might say like 002.1 or 003, whichever. But you're able to connect the new iView to the old cars. So now we're going to save the configuration. File, Configuration, Save. Password is manager. Okay. We're going to save it under today's date, or IAC 3/27/2023. That's today's date. It's going to save all of the parameters. Says done. We're going to press OK. Now we're going to go to File, Firmware Update, because we're going to upgrade the iBoxes now, or the first iBox. This action would automatically deactivate all screens. Proceed. Yes. Depending on what software you get, you might not even get this checklist, but it says save parameters from, which we did. Put a check mark there. Acquire write privilege. We have not done that, so we're going to click on acquire. We're going to go press 1 on the iBox. So now we have our write privileges acquired. All right. So disable system communication. So remember, if we're going to be upgrading any iBoxes in the future, we don't want the new IMP software to conflict with the old IMP software of any of the other cards in the group. So to disable system comm, click on disable, and what you're going to do is you're going to remove the orange cable from the right side of the iBox. So I'm going to remove the system. Check mark. To enable firmware update, place the switches in the appropriate position. Inspection up, stop, and right enable. Inspection, stop, and then right enable. So the software will already know if you have done the switches already, and they'll proceed you with this screen. So right here, so if you're going to be upgrading safety A or safety B or boot ROM, you don't need to click this check mark. So it's only if you're doing an IMP upgrade to the iBoxes that you need to delete the parameters. So we're doing an IMP upgrade in this case, so we're going to click delete parameter F and BB RAM files on the controller after IMP upgrade. So you're going to see your current version 4.2.13. So we're going to click these little 3 buttons here. On the left, we're going to go to desktop because that's where we dragged over the files. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to look for the IMP 4.2.20. There'll be one file in there which will be called vxworks.mce. You click on that. You click OK. So upgrade version 4.2.20. Here's your older version. We have a check mark to delete parameters after IMP upgrade. So we're going to start update. So the reason why we did this route too is because you know, suspected any corruption going on. We also saved the configuration with the new iView software for the iBox, so that way when you plug back into the iBox, you're going to get a bunch of parameter or faults. That's when we're going to load back in the configuration file. So here we're still doing the firmware update. It's programming for IMP. Do not restart the controller while the update is in progress, otherwise the controller will be in an unusable state. Alright, so it says update process completed. Press computer reset on the iBox. So we're going to do that. So I press the computer reset on the iBox. I'm going to give it about a minute and a half. Sometimes it takes a while for these iBoxes to boot up. Alright, we have confirmed that our iBox is fully booted up. We're going to say connection to AC was lost. Would you like to reconnect? Let's go ahead and click yes. It might not reconnect the first time. You might need to try again. But here we're connected. Let's so in this case we can just cancel this portion. So as you can see, we have a bunch of faults. We're going to go to help about iView. We confirmed that our IMP application version is now 4.2.20 now. Now we're going to go to File, Configuration, Load. We're going to load back in the configuration that we saved today. So we have two. We have one from February and then today, 3/27 for today, 7 o'clock. Double click on that. We are going to select all screens. Click OK. Let's acquire a write privilege. Press yes on OBD. It's the number 1 button on the iBox. And click OK. Password, manager, everything is lowercase, remember that? So now it's going to be loading back in the previously saved configuration file. Alright, we are loaded back in. So iBox configuration has changed. Disconnect iView and press iBox computer reset to take effect. We're just gonna go ahead and press the computer reset on the iBox that we've upgraded. It's just gonna kick us out of iView right after, so that's fine. I hit the computer reset button. Connection to IAC was lost. Would you like to reconnect? We are going to wait for the iBox to fully boot up before trying to reconnect. Alright, we are fully booted back up. We are going to attempt to reconnect. Yes. Alright, all those faults have went away. What we are going to do is we are going to first test to see if the car can run on inspection before releasing it back to the group. But remember, we want to upgrade all of the iBoxes first in order for all of them to communicate with the iView and IQ, etc. So here we have our machine stop switch open. Let's go back to our iBox and put everything back as in the stop switch. Our right enable, that's down. So we still have our system communication disabled. Orange cable unplugged. We're gonna leave it unplugged. We're gonna see if we can run on inspection. 75 feet per minute. Let's check the other way, make sure we're not getting any faults. That's fine. Alright, so we got that one done out of the way. So now we're going to move on to the other car, the DC controller, and we're pretty much going to do the same thing. We're going to connect iView to the car. We're going to remove the orange cable. This is best. This is best also too is if you guys can get with the building and just, you know, disconnect all of the cars from the group. They might go on emergency dispatch, so just put them on test operation. So it's best to do all the cars at once instead of trying to do one car out of a time, because if you plug in that orange cable with the old IMP and then the new IMP is also in the group, it'll start sending and receiving system parameters, and it might take forever, and then, you know, you guys might have to start from scratch. We have to send out new USB with, you know, your new defaulted configuration files to new flash modules, because they're not easy to delete the parameters off the flash modules just in case they got corrupted. So we got this car in emergency dispatch because we removed the orange cable out the way. We're just gonna wait for it to sink in. Put it on test. Put that on inspection for now. And now we're gonna connect iView to the next car, which is the DC. We're going to save the current configuration. We're pretty much going to do the same as we did with the AC controller. You save the configuration. All right, you wait for it to say done. You update the IMP software. You connect back to the controller. You load back in the parameter files that was previously saved. Alright, so we're gonna wait for this to save. Alright, we are done. We're going to press OK. File, configuration. Oh no, file, firmware update. Deactivate all screens. Save parameters, which you did. Quiet write privilege. Remove system communication, which we did. Inspection, stop, write enable. Delete paramf MBB RAM files on the controller after IMP upgrade. Current version, we want to upgrade to the new one. Remember, we click desktop to find it. VxWorks, open, upgrade version, start update. We're gonna let that finish. All right, we are done. We're going to press the computer reset after it says it has completed. We are going to let that reset. All right, our iBox is fully booted back up. Would you like to reconnect? Click yes. We're going to cancel out of this. Yes. We go to File, Configuration, Load. We're going to select the one that we saved today. All screens. Acquire write privilege. Manager. We're going to let that load. Alright, it's fully loaded. I'm going to press the computer reset on the iBox. Going to wait for the iBox to fully boot up. Probably give it like another 30 seconds after it boots up to try to reconnect as well. Alright, iBox is fully booted back up. We're going to connect back to it. So machine room stop switch is open. We're going to see if this car can run on inspection. It's the system communication disabled. Check the other way. We're good. So we still want to leave the system communication disabled there. So what we're going to do real quick is we are going to upgrade our IQ now. So our current IQ is 4.2.15. Just like we did the iView software, we're going to do to our IQ. So we are going to updating to your new IQ. You're going to save the current configuration file. You're going to go to File, Configuration, Save. Password is manager. Save it. We're gonna let that save. I will let that save. Now we're going to exit out of the iQ, and in the next video we're gonna show you how to uninstall and install the new iQ software versions. So we are going to search for uninstall, add or remove programs. Let's first close out of iQ here on the bottom right. I'm gonna right click it, we're gonna exit. We are going to look for iQ. Right here. We're going to uninstall it. Yes. That's not there anymore. iQ's not on the background anymore. Now we're gonna open up the iQ folder. We're gonna do that 64-bit because when we went to here, we're gonna type in about your PC. Here you can see that we are running a 64-bit. Launch setup. We're just going to keep pressing next. Before proceeding installation, please do the following: backup your configuration data in iView. The new application will start with default values. Unplug the system communication and then install. So it says unplug the system communication. That is the orange cable from the back of the PC, but you really don't have to because you have all of the orange cables disconnected from your iBoxes as well. So we're just going to click install. And click finish. Just installing a Wireshark that might need to be used later for R&D purposes. Alright, so now we have our new iQ GUI up. We're going to open that up. Seems like it. Got it up in here. So as you can tell here, we only have one car, which if you have a bank of 6 cars, you won't see the 6 because when we installed the new iQ version, it defaulted. Just like when you do an IMP software on the iBox, it'll be defaulted. So now we gotta connect iView back to iQ and load back in the configuration file that we just saved. So let's connect to iQ. See, everything has went defaulted, as in 96 floors, we only have one car. So alright, we're going to load in the previous saved configuration for iQ. We're going to go to File, Configuration, Load. We're going to select the iQ file. We're going to select all screens. Password is manager. Click OK. So it's going to load back in the IQ config. So see how my floors went back to 15 instead of 96. I got my 2 cars back in. What you might need to do, what's good too, is after you upgrade the IQ software, it's always best to reset your actual Windows PC. When you go down here and reset it, just like after upgrading the IMP software, you're gonna want to reset the computer on the iBox computer reset. So we're gonna let this load back in. We're done. We're gonna click OK. We're going to exit here. Going to reset the PC, power, restart. Have the PC reset. The reason why you kind of want to restart your PC too is because your IQ should automatically start when your Windows PC turns back on. So that's something you want to test. So here we're giving it time. Notice that our IQ logo was already popped up. We got our IQ software up automatically. I did not press on anything. So system disabled. So once that's done there, now we can connect the iBoxes back in and test pretty much everything. So we are going to plug our orange cable back into the back of the PC. If it hasn't been done already, we are going to enable, press the E there, dispatching, press OK. As you can tell, we still have the orange cables disconnected from these cars. We are going to plug those back in. To equals 2. But in many cases where customers will plug it into a wrong port, we want to make sure it goes back into equals 2. System communication, still not communicating with the IQ yet. Alright, so let's check to see why we're not communicating yet. We're gonna go here. We want to see if there's any LEDs blinking, which looks like we do. We're gonna connect iView to the car that we just plugged the orange cable in. That'll be the DC controller in this case. Okay, this is why. So depending on which software you guys might have, you guys may need to connect to the car again. And right here we have system communication disabled. We're gonna want to enable that. We're gonna click E. You sure? Yes. Would you like to acquire write privilege? Yes. Let's press that E again. All right. So now we're going to be seeing receiving system parameters. Do not reset the iBox during the process. So now it's receiving the good parameters with the current software. Everything's compatible with each other. So now we're going to go back to the iBox. As you can see now, our SYS system comm light is now solid, meaning IQ is as a dispatcher in this case. So we're going to take it off inspection. It's going to do a system sync. Still on test operation. Meanwhile, that one's getting up and loaded. We're going to connect to the other controller. We can minimize this one. We can open up another iViewNet program. So you can see this one, car 2 now is back in the group. We're going to enable this one. It's going to acquire write privileges. Okay, we're gonna connect the orange cable back. All of our iBoxes have the new IMP software, or upgraded IQ, upgraded iView. So now we want to check here. We're gonna take it off of test. You could also make a couple car calls with iView, leave it on test capture, but in this case we're okay. Take it off test. It's on passenger operation now. All right. So this car says AC receiving system parameters. Do not reset iBox. So we're gonna wait for that to finish up. You can tell we have system communication. IQ is the dispatcher now. So here we're connected to IQ. It's still sending the parameters over to car 1. It was at 60%, now we're up to 64%. So we're gonna wait for that one to be complete. Both of our iBoxes are done receiving system parameters. We connected to IQ. We see that both cars are now on passenger operation. Car 2's parked. We have a green light indicating that the cars are under IQ. That's his iView connected to IQ. So here's the IQ software always running in the background. See car 1 and car 2 have no broken arrows. Let me just test. That's it for the Windows and iBox upgrades. So as I stated in the beginning of the video, depending on what your mod packet is, you guys might not even need to manually upgrade the iBoxes. So if you had previously saved the configuration files from your old iBoxes, sent them over to our modifications department, and then they might have sent you a preloaded flash module, which would be this one. The one that goes into J4 of your IMP board. So that holds your IMP software in it and your configuration file. So you might have a job where all you need to do is plug in your Windows PC, shut down the elevators, and then install each flash module on the iBoxes. They should be labeled in a non-static bag, so it should say car A, car B, so you can just take those out, put the new ones in that MCE sent you, plug in your new Windows PC that we also sent you. Also too, mod packet might have you upgrade these switches as well, so keep in mind you guys might need to upgrade your car top boards as well, depending on how old your system is. So whatever you see on that mod packet, a mod engineer went through, and that needs to be replaced in order for everything to be compatible with each other. So I hope this video worked and helped you out in the future for doing a software upgrade. I know these can get kind of complicated as well, but first things first, you don't want to mix the new software IMP with the old software, as you can corrupt configuration files.